The Central Asian Report is a program about the ongoing geopolitical trends and the panorama of the present-day realities in Central Asia.
Politics, economics and culture, events, trends and people. All this on one territory. Hello, you're watching the Central Asian Report in today's program. The Atom Project, the world together as one against nuclear weapons. The transit hub of Central Asia, building bridges instead of walls. Foray, an authentic festival held in the steppes of the Almaty region. And coming right up, headlines from Central Asia. In Turkmenistan, the prices of foreign food products are rapidly rising. The payments for the import of products are made in dollars, but their circulation level is low. The reason behind this is the ban on free foreign currency conversion on the local market. This ban was imposed by Turkmenistan's central bank. In order to purchase foreign currency, entrepreneurs are forced to resort to the shadow market, where the dollar exchange rate is much higher. Experts believe that this crisis will be overcome when the ban on currency exchange is lifted. But for now, the country's authorities have no plans to do this.
В Таджикистане закрыли 19 официально зарегистрированных медресе. Это стало одной из мер по борьбе с религиозным...
In Tajikistan, 19 officially registered madrasa schools have been shut down. This was done as part of measures to combat religious extremism in the country. According to experts, of all the countries of Central Asia, the most active radicalization of believers is happening in Tajikistan. In addition, the country is lacking specialists that will be able to competently teach the foundations of traditional Islam.
Медресе получить религиозное образование в Таджикистане можно будет только в гимназиях при Исламском институте. Мир, свободный от ядерного оружия.
A world free of nuclear weapons. This is the main goal of the wide-scale international initiative Project Atom. It was launched by the president of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev, 4 years ago, and today more than 300,000 people from across the entire world are engaged in it. Our correspondent also joined this noble initiative and is now ready to tell us all about it.
Рассказать о ее подробностях.
Ayjan Jaldebekova perceives the world around her through sound because she simply does not have the opportunity to see it. Ayjan was born with a visual impairment in the town of Novopokrovka, 30 kilometers away from the Semey nuclear polygon.
День, ночь я отличаю. Свет, когда падает, тоже отличаю, да, вот.
I can distinguish day and night, and from a distance I can see the silhouette of a person. I can recognize people by their voice very well.
Ну, как силуэт человека вижу, а по голосу я уже хорошо уже узнаю.
Ayjan is a survivor of the tests conducted at the Semey nuclear polygon. This is her official status, which guarantees that this young woman receives social benefits. But none of these benefits can compensate for a fully fledged life that Ayjan could have had it not been for nuclear weapons. I would not want for children like me to be born. I wish for peace in this world, so that nothing as bad as this would happen. For already 8 years, the 29th of August has been the International Day of Action Against Nuclear Tests. The date was not chosen randomly. On the 29th of August of 1949, the very first nuclear bomb test was conducted in the USSR using a bomb with a TNT equivalent of 22 kilotons, and thus commenced the history of the Semey nuclear polygon. Over the period of its existence, 456 tests were conducted. More than 1.3 million people directly suffered from the consequences of the blasts.
История Казахстана сама предопределила, что именно наша страна, как одна из наиболее пострадавших от испытания ядерного оружия, должна была...
History itself dictated that Kazakhstan, as one of the countries that suffered the most from nuclear testing, would become one of the world's leaders in this movement. And today we are seeing that not all countries and citizens of the world have an idea of the scale of the damage that can be caused by nuclear weapons.
О масштабе того урона, который способно нанести ядерное оружие.
In 2012, during the international conference dedicated for anti-nuclear initiatives, Kazakhstan's President Nursultan Nazarbayev presented the Atom Project. Its main mission is to inform people about the dangers of nuclear weapons.
Многие люди участвуют добровольно в акциях проекта «Атом» в других странах.
Many people are voluntarily taking part in the Atom Project campaigns in other countries. We have held these types of campaigns in the US, in European countries, in Japan. And I think that the Atom Project will continue working on increasing the number of people who understand the danger of this threat.
Тем, чтобы количество людей, которые понимали всю опасность этой угрозы, только росло.
The Atom Project is an opportunity for every person to contribute to the battle against nuclear weapons by signing the petition. To this day, already 300,000 people from 100 countries of the world have done this. When this number reaches 1 million, the petition will be sent to the heads of states. The project's authors do not have concrete aims, but they do not intend to stay silent either. Tests have not been conducted at the Semey nuclear polygon for already 27 years. But we can still see the consequences. Today, I am signing the petition on the website of the Atom Project because the world needs to know about it. When all the roads lead to a country or through it, it would be wise to take advantage of this. Out of the countries of Central Asia, Kazakhstan has the highest transit potential. What's more, so high that in the near future the country may become the main transit hub of the region. Details about these prospects in our next story.
В перспективах в нашем следующем сюжете.
Sergei Polyanov has a lot of experience on the Kazakhstani market, but he's among the newest participants of the exhibition Silkway Transport Logistics Infrastructure. For a long time, the Russian company for which he works supplied packaging equipment to Kazakhstan. But just when the prospects of becoming the transit hub of Central Asia opened up before the country, Sergei's company immediately started developing in another direction here.
Общаясь с нашими партнерами здесь, поняли о том, что сфера...
Talking with our partners here, we understood that the sphere of warehouse logistics is not very developed here. There's rapid growth, and that is why our company is very interested in your market.
Интерес нашей компании к вашему рынку большой.
The transport and logistics sector is one of the key sectors in the Kazakhstan Strategic Plan of Development until 2020. In addition, the launch of the transcontinental corridor, Western Europe, Western China, should give a powerful impulse to the growth of the sector. Its route will follow the famous Silkway and will become a bridge from Europe into Asia.
Вдоль этой дороги, я так понимаю, что...
Along this route, as I understand, transport and logistics centers for the transshipment of cargo should be built for the storage of cargo. Because it's hard to simply travel from point A to B. One needs to stop, rest, cargo needs to be transferred, sorted, and shipped to different locations.
Возить его в разные места.
The road is still being built, but companies like this one are already looking towards the future. Southern Kazakhstan is of special interest for entrepreneurs. The transport corridor Western Europe, Western China will largely pass through this region. In addition, the shortest path to other Central Asian republics, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and Turkmenistan, starts here.
Рядом находится Западная Европа, Западный Китай. Доступность – это 4 километра.
Around 4 kilometers away is the transit corridor Western Europe, Western China. Practically 300 meters further on is the Transasian Highway and the railway line. The airport is within a distance of 2 kilometers. From the perspective of logistics and all the means of transport accessible, this is the most optimal option of establishing logistics points in the southern region. I would even say on the territory of Kazakhstan.
Это самый оптимальный вариант размещения логистики в южном регионе. И я не побоялся даже сказать на территории Казахстана.
Kazakhstan has already spent more than $2.5 billion on the development of its transit potential. And in the meantime, the government is building roads and establishing a logistics infrastructure of the latest generation, and entrepreneurs are improving the quality of their services.
Мы работаем по принципу одного окна. Мы можем забрать...
We work according to the one-window principle. We can pick up a shipment, deliver it to the customs warehouse, and not pass it through customs clearance until, for example, the client finds a buyer for their product. For the client, this can significantly lower expenditures on logistics and transport.
На логистику, на транспортировку.
But despite the fact that the highway transport arteries of the region are concentrated in Kazakhstan, over time they will economically support the entire Central Asian region. What is most important, according to experts, is to build bridges and not walls. Emotions, evolution, ecology, ethnos. All this on one platform, under the open sky, in a company of like-minded people. This is the concept of the unique 4F festival, which is held on the outskirts of Almaty for the 7th time already. My colleague took a look at the entire program of the festival and will now tell us about its most interesting aspects. The volunteers of the International 4F Festival are having a rare minute of rest. The beat of drums is vibrating in the air, although the sounds of hammers, axes and a scythe are much more common here. Under the scorching sun, for the 3rd week in a row, the unique festival town is being built up in the steppes of the Almaty region. The team leaders give instructions to their team and every person does something. Someone's cutting the grass, another person is gathering it with a rake, and a 3rd person is evening the grass out with a sickle. In a couple of days, the International 4F Festival will be held here. Emotions, evolution, ecology and ethnos. Over the 7 years of its existence, it has become one of the biggest festivals in Central Asia. Although in 2010, when the idea of organizing it came up, no one imagined the future that awaits it. Initially, this was planned as an expanded picnic with friends. And when they started preparing, people were estimating that perhaps 700 people will come. Instead, 2,500 people came. This was in 2010. There was not enough of anything, water, toilets, food, but the festival went through. Everything was great, and since then it has been growing and expanding. 7 kilometers of textile, 300 logs, 2 cars of hay. This is just part of the materials that are needed for the construction of the 4F festival space. The name 4E reflects the entire essence of the festival. It is divided into 4 big spaces. In the eco space, lectures on the ecology are held. In the ethno area, concerts of ethnic music. In the emo space, one can draw using various techniques or mold and do crafts. Emo is actually an area for children. This is the 4th time that Lida and Tanya are attending this festival. They came from Bishkek. This year the trip took 10 hours, but according to the young women, it was worth it. Just now the masterclass on molding using clay was held. This peculiar jar is the result. I like it here. Amazing atmosphere, people. Actually, it's mostly the people. This atmosphere, a spirit of friendliness and mutual help. Everyone is interesting and everything is unusual. It makes you want to delve into this kind of atmosphere at least once a year. Evo is the biggest part of the festival. It has expanded so much that this year it was divided into 7 areas. In the red area, from the early morning until late evening, people are doing various types of fitness activities. In the orange area, there are dances. In the yellow area, there are lectures on personal growth. The green tent is devoted to art. Guests were drawing, making dolls and totem animals. Under the blue tent, actors and journalists spoke about the art of communication. In the blue and violet zones, attendants meditated, did yoga, qigong, and other types of breathing exercises. Every volunteer is allotted a zone and they're responsible for it, in case someone needs something. The volunteer should be able to quickly handle the request, call someone or run an errand, so that everything is in order. It may seem that organizers and participants of the festival are missing all the fun, but those who have been to the festival and behind the scenes as a guest, as a rule, cannot decide where they like it better. As participants, we get enormous energetic feedback from such supercharged people. As guests, we recharge over there, at the master classes and other interactive activities.
Подзаряжаемся там вот на мастер-классах и на всяких интерактивах.
4A lasts for only 3 days. Over this period, some people get a chance to gain unique knowledge and experiences. Some people meet new friends and even loved ones. There are those who, in an atmosphere of emotional freedom and art, find their true selves. And this is pretty much the idea behind the festival. You're watching the Central Asian Report. Until next time on Kazakh TV.